Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be advice for new Zumba instructors. These are 10 things that I do and I have done for the last 3 years that I think take that you kind of need to do these in order to be successful when you're starting out. So number 1 is develop, learn, and practice your routines. Take the time to actually sit down and find a song, choreograph it on your own, learn it, and then practice it. And you're always going to screw up. There's always going to be those days that you miss a move. You go left instead of right, or right instead of left. You're always going to have those, but try to make sure you know your routines before you go into a class to teach. I made that mistake. My instructor at the time was my instructor, she's still an instructor, but the instructor I was taking classes with, when I got my instructor, let me start one day, just teach one routine that I thought I knew, and I got up there and bombed. Because I knew it, but at the same time I wasn't used to teaching it yet, and I hadn't practiced it enough, so I didn't really know it without having to think about it. So I kept looking at her to help, and she didn't know it. So it's like, make sure you know your routines, or at least think you be confident in them. Number 2, know that your cues are just as important as the choreography, if not more. You have to know how to cue, you have to be good at it, and you have to know when. And I definitely recommend taking at least cue like a pro on Zumba, at least something that helps you learn how to cue. Because cueing is still one of those things I suck at. Every now and then I remember to do it, but every now and then I'll forget, and especially after I've done them and everybody kind of knows them, I just don't make them. And then when somebody else comes in and I have to cue again, it's like, oh. Number 3 is save up for Zumba wear. I don't care what anybody says, you're going to want at least one shirt or one pair of pants or one item from Zumba wear that says Zumba instructor on it, because who doesn't? And I go overboard, I totally admit that I do, but you need at least one item. And the first thing I got for Zumba for me to wear was a crop top that tied that said Zumba on it. It was in the sale section. It was $5, and they had free shipping that day. That's how I ended up getting that shirt. And that's all I had for about, I think, 2 years. Last year was the year I went crazy and bought everything. Number 4 is you use music you love. If you don't love the music, if you don't love the song, you're just not going to want to choreograph it. And choreographing takes time anyway, so if you're going to get sick of a song within 2 times of hearing it, don't use it. Because you're going to be sick of the song by the time you start teaching it anyway. So make sure it's a song that you can listen to without being so tired of it that you just don't want to do it anymore. Number 5 is find a mentor. Like, for me, my mentor was the woman that taught the Zumba class I was taking at the time. But Zumba also has a way that you can actually find a mentor on their website as well. So either find one yourself or get on there and find one. Number 6 is find someone to help train you. For me, that was my mentor. She helped me. She allowed me to teach her class on occasion. She let me teach songs on occasion, just that way. So that way I was kind of learning, and she was kind of training me that way. I kind of knew what to do, and that helps a lot, and it looks really good for if you actually go get your own job, a Zumba job, because most places won't let you anywhere near them without a year experience, at least. I don't know why, but that's just how it works. Number 7 is find a job, either teaching or subbing. For me, I do a lot of subbing. That's just how it works, because I also have something else on top of it. But you can teach too. Depends on what you want to do and how much experience you have and how the gyms work around you. Because a lot of gyms need subs, so that's why I'm on the sub list, and sometimes I teach. That's just how it works. Like, I would love to go find a place that would just I could just teach, but around where I'm at, that's probably not going to happen, especially not right now. But at least that way you have some kind of experience. And of course, you can always teach privately. You could teach online classes like through Zoom or meetings or whatever. And or you can teach private classes like for bachelorette parties, or sometimes that's just what people want to do. They just have like, hey, look, they have friends and they get together and like, hey, let's do this. I know this. And I've done that before. So number 8 is remember to switch up your routines every 2 to 3 months. I know they tell you like every 4 weeks to switch out routines, but to be completely honest, that doesn't necessarily work for everyone. What works for me is about every 2 to 3 months I switch out routines. That way I'm always learning new routines, but I'm not always teaching and learning all at the same time. That way it doesn't get overwhelming because it can really quick if you're switching up routines every month. Number 9 is to build your knowledge on pretty much fitness, nutrition, Zumba, anything and everything that you could possibly get asked. Make sure you have at least some kind of knowledge on it, or at least have, well, let me see and I can go look that up or something. Because you are going to get asked some strange questions. Like, well, what do you eat? So what should I eat? And it's like, that's not how it works. And Zumba has tons of free e-learning. And of course, you can always Google stuff, and there's stuff on other websites. And Zumba partners with NASM, I think that's what it is. I don't actually know what it stands for. National Association of Sports Medicine, I'm pretty sure, but you can look into that, and there's plenty of ways to build your knowledge. So at least that way, take advantage of it. Even if all you want to do is build your Zumba knowledge, do that then. But you were going to get asked some real strange questions. So be prepared to kind of answer those. Number 10 is you can use other people's routines, but make sure you make them your own. Like, I have taken routines that the instructor that I learned under, I've taken some of her old routines and I've used those, but I've made them my own. You can do that if you watch YouTube videos. You can take those, but make sure you make them your own. Just don't copy them. So, those are my 10 tips for new Zumba instructors. If you like this video, give the thumbs up. If you have not done so already, hit the red subscribe button down below. Other than that, thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.